Happy New Year's, everybody. It's it's been a it's been an ordeal, but we want to get the New Year started off right. Get back on our daily devotionals, and we had some really good news yesterday. I mean, really
Yes.
good. We closed a deal to put money down on 3 acres in Belize that is literally a tropical paradise with parrots, macaws, monkeys, fruit trees. It sits on the City River in Hopkins Village.
They have manatees too.
They have manatees and crocodiles all in your backyard. Our property has access to the river, and we're about 1 mile from the seashore, which has uh, powder sugar beaches and the bluest water that, well,
We'll
almost
see
as
pictures.
blue and sexy as my eyes.
Never as sexy as your eyes, baby.
I don't know about that. Well, speaking of eyes, let me put some on. You want to kick off the New Year, ladies first, or age before beauty, they say?
Well, it's age before beauty, honey. You're the one turning. Tomorrow, guys, is Mr. Michael's birthday. He'll be how old?
This she don't know.
56.
All right, maybe she did. Yeah, 56.
He'll be
tomorrow.
56 tomorrow. Tomorrow is Michael's birthday.
And all I can say in reflection of that is ha, ha, ha. For all y'all who thought I would never make it, or I would die in prison, or rot away of the AIDS, you were all so very wrong.
And I got him and he's mine. Ha ha.
And I cherish her like I sit on top of a pedestal. Take care of her.
He takes very good care of me. He's very good to me.
And ever since we got off of drugs and stayed off of drugs, our life has found a new direction and purpose.
Yeah, I haven't even brushed my hair today.
I haven't brushed my hair this week.
Okay.
God loves us like we are.
Yes, he does. January 1st.
She's fat.
And what do you call this? My Buddha belly?
Portly.
Portly, huh?
Portly. I'm a portly gentleman.
Okay.
Let's read to your chick.
January 1st. Come to me with a teachable spirit, eager to be changed. Wow. A close walk with me is a life of continual newness. Instead, seek my face with an open mind, knowing that your journey with me involves being transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Say that again.
Seek my face with an open mind, transformed by a renewing of your mind.
Chrissy, in your life, our life together, would you say that you've had a transformation of the renewing of your mind?
I've seen a lot of things in a lot of different ways, yes, that I've never looked at before, yes.
Smile a little more, laugh a little more,
I've learned to laugh, yeah.
less dark, less angry.
um,
Only
as,
God can do that.
as you focus your thoughts on me, be aware that I am fully attentive to you. Ain't that amazing? I mean, all these people in this world, but still, he is fully attentive on you.
The Bible tells us that even the hairs and the number of the hairs of your head are even numbered. And that if he feeds the sparrows daily, if he thinks so much of you that the hairs of your head are numbered, how much better care will he take of you than those birds? Go ahead.
I see you with a steady eye because my attention span is infinity. I know and understand you completely. My thoughts embrace you in everlasting love. That's cool. I also know the plan I have for you. Plan to purpose you and not to harm you. Plan to give you hope and a future. Give yourself fully to this adventure of increasing attentiveness to my presence.
God is like a radio broadcast, each tuned at a certain frequency. We have to adjust our tuning, our thinking, the renewing of our mind to be more sensitive to God. I know since I've drawn closer to God that even the animals of the earth act different to me,
We got plenty of squirrels we feed.
out of my hand. There was a time when my predatory instincts would have kept anything from getting near me. But I don't look at them the same anymore. I don't look at them with the urge to kill. I look at them with the urge to love.
And you got that. Who helped you see all that?
Hey, I'm going to tell you something quick. This little nightshirt Chrissy's wearing, I bought for her while she's in the hospital, and I bought it at a Target, just to let you know that what's her name, Cheryl Teagan, um, is a noted and known Satanist that runs around with Marina Abramovic and all that spirit cooking cannibalism shit crowd of Hollywood. And we bought this. And she hates Trump. She hates America. She hates white men. And but she's married to an old rich white one, like Kamala Harris and so many others. Ilhan Omar, she left her brother to marry her campaign manager, who's a white guy, and then gave him millions of dollars. So white guys can't be that bad, huh? But I wanted to show you on this shirt. It says, "Who needs sleep?" Well, look at this. Look at every star on this shirt. Every five-pointed star on this shirt is pointed up like the Baphomet, five angle like witchcraft. All of them. And then there's the owl, Moloch.
I just like it.
Well, I mean, who needs sleep? I'll sleep when I'm dead, is what they say. But that's just how benevolent all their satanic garbage is in our life and our culture. I can show you on the Taco Bell sign, and Chrissy's seen it for herself. Every Taco Bell sign in America has a 666 on them. I promise you, or I'll give you $100. You can't argue with me on it because it's there. All right, January the 1st. We're back to Oswald Chambers. Listen, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Help us. Man, let's build a little community here based on this daily get together without all the bullshit religion and churchianity. Let's just talk about the Word of God, the Spirit of God, and everyday living with everyday folks.
And we would like to hear y'all's comments on what God has done for you.
Yeah, man. Anything that questions, I've got a Bible right over here that I dearly love. I've read through the Bible 6 or 7 times, and there's a lot of people that don't understand things. I was blessed to be able to share some things with Nanny Melinda Michael about what the Bible says as far as the afterlife goes. And I got a bunch of more things for her. I'm going to kick it with her and show her that there are plenty of descriptions of what we will be like in the afterlife in heaven. And I'm not going to, I don't turn any comments down, whatever. If you want to slam me, slam me. But basically, though, any legitimate question, I will make it my point to try to answer. That's up to y'all. Anyway, and with that said, January the 1st, let us keep to the point. What do I always say, Chrissy?
Stay on point.
Stay on point. Yes, ma'am. Very good. Reading from Philippians 1:20. My earnest expectation and hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but with all boldness, as always, so now also Christ will be magnified in my body, whether by life or by death. If I live for Christ, to live is to live for Christ, to die is to die for Christ. my utmost for his highest, my earnest expectation and hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed. We will all feel very much ashamed if we do not yield to Jesus the areas of our lives He has asked us to yield to Him. If you don't yield them, if you're really His, He'll take them, and it's going to be painful. Know that. You're better off giving them up yourself. It's as if Paul were saying, my determined purpose is to be my utmost for his highest, my best for his glory. No, we can't earn our way into heaven, but if you love God, you want to shine for him, you want to show out, you want to be his guy. That's how I look at him. He's my boss, he's my king, he's my father, he's my friend. And I'm just in love with him. I'm in love with his word. I'm in love with what he does. And in spite of the hit we took this year in 2020, I will not let the woes and sorrows of this world break my connection with my Father when I need Him most. I was mad at Him and yelled and cussed and screamed. We understand. David went through that too when Uriah died. He reached out and touched the Ark of the Covenant. God struck him dead. The Bible says David went in and sat down before God. He didn't walk in dead down on his knees and say, "Oh God, merciful God." He went in and sit down. I was like, "What the? Well, why you do this?" And God told me, because I'm God, and I told you don't touch it, but He touched it. To reach that level of determination is a matter of the will, not debate or of reasoning. Don't try, just do. It is absolute and irrevocable surrender of the will at that point. An undue amount of thought and consideration for ourselves is what keeps us from making that decision. Although we cover it up with a pretense that it is others we are considering. Our best righteousness is filthy rags. I've never done anything good that I didn't pat myself on the back for, and that in itself ruins it. When we think seriously about what it will cost others if we obey the call of Jesus, we tell God He doesn't know what our obedience will mean. Keep to the point. He does know. Shut out every other thought and keep yourself before God in this one thing only. My utmost for His highest. I am determined to be absolutely and entirely for Him and Him alone. I took a 6-year sentence and served 4 calendar years for Russell West because I refused to give the police his name because on a drunken bender, he took a pistol and tried to force a girl to have sex with him and pistol whipped another kid and shot some holes in the house. And I wouldn't give him his name because I've been with him since we was a senior in high school. I loved his children. They'd already lost their mother, and nobody on the face of the earth was ever going to say that I gave him up. And I didn't. The detective that asked me to please cooperate had tears in his eyes because he told me if I didn't cooperate, that I would be prosecuted just like the guy with the gun. Well, the only Bible verse that kept going through my head was no greater love hath man than this, that he laid down his life for his friend. And because I laid down my life for my friend, in the end, I had to serve out the entire sentence. 6 years. He got 8. He served 5.5, and I walked back out in 4 years. It was a horrible price to my son. It was whose mom got strung out on dope and turned his house into a trap house. I left her. Well, we're not going to get there, but that price was immense. I am praying to God that He makes sense of all that somehow in the future of my life. And that's what this is talking about. That was the ultimate sacrifice. And I did it. I question it. And I have regrets over it because now my son is gone. But I have to accept just exactly like this says that God knows what He's doing. And simply that. God knows what He's doing. And I have to accept that. To finish it off, it says, my unstoppable determination for His holiness. Whether it means life or death, it makes no difference. See 121. Paul was determined that nothing would stop him from doing exactly what God wanted. But before we choose to follow God's will, a crisis must develop in our lives. This happens because we tend to be unresponsive to God's gentle nudges. He brings us to the place where He asks us to be our utmost for Him, and we begin to debate. He then providentially produces a crisis where we have to decide. I had to decide. Betray my lifelong friend to the police or pay the price. I paid that price. That moment becomes a great crossroads in our lives. Boy, didn't it? If a crisis has come to you on any front, surrender your will to Jesus absolutely and irrevocably. And I wish I could tell you everything will be candy kisses and sugar stream dreams after that, but it won't. All of the apostles died horrible martyrs' deaths, burned, Peter crucified upside down, beheaded. Serving God is not what they painted on TV because they don't sell, they don't put money into the Great Crystal Palace Church. But the reality of it is this, and I can attest to you, having lost my son, having went to prison for refusing to give up my friend's name, and for having almost died of AIDS and come back from the throes of death, that in every step of it, God was with me. He held me, He comforted me, and He strengthened me. And I don't feel like He put anything on me because of my sin. I simply know that that's how life goes. That's the mathematics of it. There's a few billion people down there. People are going to die. People are going to get AIDS. People are going to go to prison, especially in a place where we support legalized slavery. It's called privatized prison. If a corporation makes money off of holding someone captive, that is called slavery. I wish anybody listening would take that up with your senators and reps and congressmen. Special shout out to Shauna Farmer. I appreciate you following us and keeping up with us. Let's like and share this thing. Let's get us a little church going. We're not asking for money. We're just asking for a little time and a little opportunity to give you some of the experience that I've had in my Bible studies. We love you. Take care. And we're praying for you. Deuces! See you, man.